If it's your first time in India, chances are that you're gonna visit the famous Golden Triangle, Delhi, Agra with the Taj Mahal, and Jaipur. I already showed you what to do in Delhi in another video, and today it's time to explore India's pink city, Jaipur. Is it worth it to come here? I'll show you the must-see places, the real costs, and how to make the most of your trip. We took a train from Delhi to Jaipur and the ride took about 5 hours. The train was 1,465 rupees, that's a little over $16. And we even had lunch on the train. It was a smooth ride. Once we arrived, we checked into our Airbnb and honestly, I was amazed at how big it was. The bed was huge, everything was tidy and well organized, and the bathroom was spacious too. The cost for the Airbnb is 1,330 rupees per night per person. That's about $15 per person.
Welcome to Jaipur, the pink city.
So it's breakfast.
Yay.
We always try to save money by making our own. We have hard-boiled eggs, we have cucumbers and tomatoes. A ginger shot we made yesterday, it turned out really good.
No, it's really good.
It's really good, yeah. And some bananas, and I put some peanuts on top because I really like peanut butter with bananas. And actually it tastes really good. And we have chai that Fatima made for us today.
Thank you, thank you.
And I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this is the best chai I've had in my trip, this trip in India.
Woo!
By a Peruvian person.
Woo! Because I learned. I ask always, like in every hostel and restaurant that we were, like, how you do your chai? And I was, okay, this is your recipe.
When I made it, I just put like 20 cloves because I love clove and a ton of ginger, and it turned out horrible. I mean, not horrible, but it was
Really strong.
really strong. And this one is really, really good.
Ginger, clove,
Cardamom,
cinnamon, milk, sugar,
and
tea.
Nice, good job. Today we're taking a full day Jaipur tour. Everything's included. The entrance fee, a guide, and even private transportation. I'm really excited and I'll tell you more about the tour later in the video, but for now we're heading to our first most beautiful stop and I cannot wait.
In just 10 minutes, we arrived to Amber Fort, one of the most iconic and important places of Jaipur. This fort is actually older than the city itself. It was constructed in the 1500s by a Maharaja called Man Singh I, a general for the Mughal Emperor Akbar. Of course, it's located on the top of a hill and it's surrounded by water. And this beautiful place is where the Maharaja lived with his family. This is back when Amber was actually the capital of his reign. I want to specify that the Maharaja Man Singh I, the one who constructed this beautiful fort, was actually Rajput. He was a Rajput prince, he had his own reign. But at those times, the Mughal Empire preferred to ally itself with Rajput kings instead of battling with them. So Man Singh, the Maharaja, became a very important general for the Mughal Empire. That is why this beautiful fort has two very impactful architectural styles. The Rajput style, which focuses a lot on military and huge grandiose structures, and the Mughal architecture that focuses on little beautiful details, painting, and a lot of elegance that we're gonna see throughout all of the city of Jaipur. This behind me is the public audience hall where the Maharaja would see the public and attend to whatever they had to say. And just in front is the entrance to the palace where the king came out and flowers would fall upon his head. Here it is, the entrance that it's beautifully decorated with painting. It's fresco wall painting, so all of these colors are natural. You can see those two windows where the wives of the king would be able to see what was going on the public audience. And once we go inside, that's where the private audiences were held. Now that we enter, we see an interior garden and also the private hall audience room. So this is also a room called the mirror room. And you can see it's full of tiny mirrors all over the walls and ceilings. And then in the inside of this section, not only was covered with silver, gold mirrors and colors, but at night they would put lamps that would shine and reflect through all of the room and it would look stunning. I understand there's a show of lights at night in this section. I am not 100% sure. I'm gonna look into it and put it right here. This place wasn't only a fort, it was also the palace where the king resided. That's why you're gonna find a hammam, which is a bath, latrines, like the toilets. There's gonna be a section for the concubines, for the wives. So there's three main forts in Jaipur. This is the Amber Fort, the Jagar Fort like I mentioned, and then there's another one called the Nagar, excuse my pronunciation. The three of them are connected. I can see these two connected through the walls of the fort on the surface, but there are also tunnels connecting the three of them, or at least there used to be. So whenever there was an invasion or there was a need for the king to escape and move somewhere else without being noticed, he could use those tunnels. So we come to the top of the actual fort. In the back, you can see another fort, that is the Jagar Fort. That one is focused more on battling and being fort-like. Here, the Amber Fort, maybe I already mentioned, this wasn't only a fort, it was the king's residence with his family. They all lived here. His rooms are back there. There's no entry right now, but you can see many other parts of the residence here. And this section is where they used to throw flowers through that little window whenever the king went out through the door. Look at this perfect view of the audience hall and the rest of the fort palace. Section was mainly decorational. It's made out of marble and beautiful hand paintings all over the place. You can see the details of the fresco with the colored flowers. It's really, really stunning. You can clearly see the Muslim architecture with these geometrical figures. It's really beautiful. In the gardens that we see through these windows, the king attempted to plant some saffron, because saffron, you know, it's present in many traditional Indian dishes as well as Spanish ones, and it's a very expensive spice still to this day to get. However, because of the really high temperatures in Jaipur, cultivation of this spice was not successful, but we still can see the gardens where this was attempted to. Then we go to the back area, and this is the oldest part of this fort. This was before it was an actual fort. This is where everything commenced, and these were the original rooms where the Maharaja lived. This section used to be the kitchen. Now it's closed, but 50 years ago you could visit it. And back then you can see the first palace when everything was established here. This is a better view of the other fort. This is the sun gate. It's called like this because you can actually see the sun go up through the gates. Opposite, of course, to the moon gate. These were the official entrances to the fort. So behind me, there are actually rides on elephants to come up to this fort. They're very popular, and you can go up the hill with the elephants instead of walking or utilizing a car. However, I do not condone this. I do not support this. I've heard and I believe that these animals are not very respected, and it might be a little bit of animal abuse. I'm just letting you know, I don't think people should be using these elephants, because maybe in the past they were used for, I don't know, royal necessities, but now they're being utilized just for tourism purposes and making more money. And right under the fort, we have a very important well. This is the entrance. I'm gonna go through here just to reveal. So we have this well, Pana Mena Kakun. And this well was important because it would provide rainwater to the rest of the town. This was utilized by everyone, not only the king, the Maharaja. Jaipur used to and still is a very hot city, especially in the summer. Extremely hot. So this was very important, the step wells. So this well is super important, and the reason there are symmetrical stairs around it is not only because it looks beautiful, because this would allow the people to reach the water level regardless of the season or how much it had rained lately. There's no entry fee. However, I must say that it's preferably better to come here before the sun is right on the top, because you can barely see anything. And it's not full of people by this time of the day. Right now it's like 11 a.m. This well was created some years after the fort was created. Clearly there was a need for the storage of water. And as I mentioned, Jaipur is extremely hot. Not only you could access some water here, but this became like a point of reunion for people who lived around, because the well provided a fresh area. So people would just sit on the steps and hang out and have a good time in a more pleasant way. We arrived to Jal Mahal, the water palace. Look at this. Right now the sun is very sharp, so you can barely see it. It's against the light. I'm planning to come later, hopefully if I have time to see it better, to take better pictures. And this was constructed in the 18th century, I believe in the year 1799. Hi. This is an artificial lake. And when the palace was constructed, they knew, it was known that there was gonna be a little bit of flooding, that the water was gonna touch eventually the palace, but not year-round, right? That's what they thought. This used to be a recreational accommodation for the royal family, their friends, and all the nobles. So whenever they went out to hunt and have some recreational fun, they would stay here, inviting some friends, and they would just spend some nights here. This was never meant to be used as a permanent residential place. And why did they construct it if they knew it would get a little bit flooded? The reason is Jaipur is extremely hot, like I mentioned before. So having water around the palace would actually freshen up everything and make it very comfortable to spend time there. However, they knew it would be a little bit flooded, but not like this. The palace is actually 5 stories tall. Right now, I can only see 2-3 stories. It changes depending on the season and the water levels, how much it has rained. I think they never imagined the water would actually cover more than half, almost all of the floors of the palace. And honestly, I think that is pretty cool. I've never seen something like this. It's a shame that we're not able to go and visit. I think it already needs a lot of upkeep without people visiting it. So we're gonna keep it that way, so it can exist for much longer time. So Jal Mahal, Jal means water and Mahal means palace, you know, like the Taj Mahal, that's crown or turban palace. Good to know, water palace. We're back in the lower part of the city. This is not the old city, we're very close, but we're gonna go do something very interesting. Wow.
Namaste, bhaiya.
Namaste. Very famous art in Jaipur and very old art, because this one 600-year-old art. Block printing only possible natural fabric, not possible polyester, not possible mixed fabric. Why?
Why? Because
Block printing we use natural fabric.
teak?
Teak wood block.
Teak.
Yes, and hand carving. Teak wood. Why use teak wood? Because teak wood easy to carving and more durable.
More
Many time work. Sugar cane roots.
Oh, the root of the sugar cane
Yes.
is a red color.
And blue color indigo flower. Indigo flower.
Ah.
And black color iron oxide, rest of iron. And green color mango and marble.
Yes, turmeric, normal turmeric.
Yes, normal turmeric.
Wow. You eat it and you paint.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, pomegranate. So you use fruits, stones, flowers.
Yes, we make. Pomegranate we make purple color.
Purple.
Yes.
What
Flower.
flower is this?
Which here local we call in Hindi Hajara.
Hajara flower.
But English I don't know.
Yes. This is a rose.
Lotus.
A lotus flower.
Yes.
All of the colors are mixed with
Trigum.
trigum.
So there's this section of the store where you can come and it's full of samples. You choose the sample you like the most with the fabric you like most. And they can design whatever dress or vest or skirt or anything you have in mind with your own measurements. And they'll have it ready and bring it to your hotel in about 1 day. Not only that, you can bring your own favorite dress picture and show it to them. And you just choose your fabric and they will make it. You don't have to choose just from the samples.
And as you can see, everything is like a really good quality. It's
natural textiles like cotton, linen, it could even be silk. The cost will depend of the design and the fabric you choose. Also, if you really want a design, they can send the clothes to your home country. You don't have to be here. Amazing, good to know, good to know. Okay, so if it doesn't pass the Pashmina test that is going through a ring, I keep this.
Yes.
But if it doesn't, you keep it.
Yes.
So we have to pass it through a ring,
Yes.
say, to test the quality. Wow. Oh, oh. Oh, no. Oh, you're tricking me.
No, no. Too possible.
Yes. No, he keeps the ring.
Hmm.
It's okay. It's a fake ring.
No.
This is mixed cotton and silk, and this is cotton. Wow,
Cotton.
a robe. Very beautiful. And remember, these are handmade.
Hand.
Everything is handmade. So this store is focused on hand block painting, which is a very traditional craftsmanship from Jaipur. It has over 700 years here in this area. They show us where they cut, where they sew, where there's the quality control, the little section where you can handmade your own clothes on your own measurement. I didn't expect to like the fabric as much as I did, and you can really tell it's good quality, 100% natural textiles like cotton, linen, silk, or a combination of them. There's even pashminas. They claim that it's wholesale prices, so a big tablecloth is around 2,400 rupees, which is like $27, and then the 12-seater, it's 4,400 rupees. It's not bad prices. I think it's a little bit more expensive to have your dress tailor-made. When I asked for one sample, it was 4,000, but it will depend on the textile and the design. But yeah, everything's beautiful. I know they brought us here also so that we can buy something. Not sure if it's based on commission from the guy. I've had that experience in India, but those experiences before were felt very pushy, very forceful. This time, not really. I feel like I've learned a lot more than being pushed to sell. They said, you're welcome to use your house, buy if you're interested, no compromise. So I do feel comfortable by saying no, being interested on something and asking questions without being forced or felt like I'm being forced to buy something. I'm gonna share some information of this store. I really liked it. I'm let you know if I'll buy something. I'm not sure yet because I don't have space on my luggage. But if I had, I would have definitely bought a dress or something. So far my experience has been really great here. 2,400 for these pajamas. Cotton,
100% hand block.
100% hand block cotton. Beautiful colors. It's time for lunch. We came to a restaurant called Anandam. We didn't choose it. Our guide chose it for us. He didn't even ask us. He just brought us here. And talking about my guide, I came here with a Get Your Guide tour. What is this? It's a website that connects third parties to tourists or clients in almost any place in the world. You can hire and Get Your Guide experience, like having food in the Eiffel Tower or having a guided tour in any city, having cooking classes, dancing classes, having even getting picked up from the airport. You're gonna find it in Get Your Guide, and that's something that I use a lot. I actually do have an affiliate if you wanna support me, and you get a discount for Get Your Guide. I can even share the link of this tour that I'm getting. This is a tour that I decided to take because it was actually very cost effective. There was a 50% discount. I have no idea why, and it costed me only around $12 to have all of this day tour with a guide and a car, a transportation. So that's not something that you get for that price. Or at least maybe you do if you're an Indian and they do not ask for the foreigner tax when everything's more expensive because you're not Indian looking, which happens a lot with me. But so far so good. I'm really enjoying this tour and it makes everything so much easier. You can get to most of these places with public transportation, but honestly I think it's gonna cost you the same booking a guide like this than having multiple transportation costs adding up, like a tuk-tuk, an Uber, or a bus to certain spots in the city. I think this is quicker and most cost effective, and I don't have to think about it, which I think it's a huge plus. And now, so what did I order? This was a really nice Indian surprise. It's fresh lemon soda, that means sparkling water with lemon, and you can actually add
salt.
So
or
this is where we're gonna
sugar.
have lunch today.
I chose a mix.
Anandam,
Because I
multi-cuisine
discovered that you can also
restaurant.
have this salted one and it's delicious. I didn't
Namaste.
expect it to be salty when I tried it in the street, but now I'm obsessed. Chicken. Paneer butter tikka masala. Sí. Naan, garlic naan. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Gracias. This is what Fatima chose. It's a chicken butter. A butter chicken. A butter chicken. And then this is my paneer. Paneer just means cheese.
Our next stop, right in the heart of old Jaipur, is the City Palace. Let's go in. We're in the private audience hall. There's a public one, but it's closed in reconstruction right now. This is where the Maharaja used to have his audiences with the noblemen, with his guests, with his friends. He used to sit here on a golden throne. And back there, we have these giant silver pots. These hold the Guinness record of the biggest silver pots. Why are they here? Well, in 1902, actually Queen Elizabeth invited the Maharaja to London, but the Maharaja only drank water from the Ganges River. That is a very holy river here in India. So he brought 2 of those giant pots with him to London. So we enter this section through these very beautiful doors that, by the way, there are 4 doors and each one represents a different season. And we are in the Pritas Nivas area. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it means happiness. And what happened here? Well, this is where dancers would come and do their performances towards a noble family and their friends. Men would sit on this area on the floor level to admire the dances, while women would be on the top area behind those windows. And even behind of that building, the tallest building you see here is the Chandra Mahal. Chandra is the name of used to be queen, and Mahal is palace. This is the most private and exclusive area of the whole city palace. Why? Because the royal family still lives here. That's right. There are still kings and queens here in India, at least in Rajasthan. Rajasthan means the land of kings. That's the state where we're at, where Jaipur is at. Jaipur has its own king. Then other cities like Udaipur has their own king, and so on. So after the independence in 1971, the titles and political power of kings were kind of stripped away. However, they still retained their diplomatic influence. They kept their palaces, they kept their capital, their money, whatever they were owners of, for example, mines or other businesses. Right now, the king was born in 1998 and he's a famous model and polo player. His name is Maharaja Padmanabh Singh. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And him and his family are very respected people here in Jaipur. And also, he's kind of good looking too. I mean, he's a model after all, right? So you can actually pay for another ticket. The general entrance price for the ticket is 1,000 rupees, but you can buy like an extra access to many other different buildings and rooms, and one of them is this one, and that costs 4,000 rupees. Of course, you will not be able to access the actual rooms of the royal family. No, there's 2, 3, 4 rooms that you can visit that are made for tourists or visitors, and the actual royal residence sits on top of that, and nobody can go in
unless you're invited by the king and the queen, which could be possible. Who knows?
So this temple is dedicated to the gods Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity and richness and money, and the god Narayana, which is the God who protects the whole universe. We almost didn't come to this temple, but I'm so glad Fatima brought me here because it's stunning. Definitely worth your visit if you're in Jaipur. The tour just finished. We finished at 3 p.m. They took us back to our hotel, to our Airbnb, and I freshened up, I changed my clothes, and I decided to come back to the city center because I felt like I didn't have enough time to actually enjoy it. We just took a tuk-tuk or an auto rickshaw drive that I got from Uber and took us back here to the gate, to a main gate. The old city of Jaipur has around 7 gates, and this is the newest one, the new gate circle. That's how it's called, and that's what I put in my location for Uber. So I thought I had to explore much more the city center. There are markets, there are some buildings I didn't get to see in the tour. The tour actually ended early because we started early. We decided to start at 7:30 a.m. I also want to specify that this tour offered more places to visit, but because we're recording, it takes us double the time a normal tourist would take to visit each monument. We missed the observatory next to the city palace, that it's very interesting. Also, there are a couple of temples that are very interesting, and I wanted to get to know more about the Wind Palace. But luckily, it's right here, so I'm gonna go visit it and talk more about this place because I find it so interesting. So let's go right now. So why is Jaipur so famous? There are two main things. Number one is the pink city. Why is it pink? Actually, it's more of a salmon color. But as you can see, all of the buildings in the city center are painted this way. It was actually painted this way in 1876 to welcome Prince Albert, the Prince of Wales, I believe, to the city. And by law, the Maharaja decided that all buildings should be painted by this mix of lime and red sandstone. And it has stayed like that since. The second reason is because Jaipur belongs to the Golden Triangle. What is that? Those are the 3 most touristic and most visited cities, at least by first-time travelers in India. So if somebody has never come to India, they usually come to this triangle of cities. Delhi, the big capital, Agra, the small city with the Taj Mahal, and then Jaipur, the pink city. I've heard that Jaipur is a perfect combination of its 2 older and younger brothers. It feels as big as Delhi with a lot to offer, but it also has that quaint and warm feeling that Agra offers. So far, the 1 full day that I've spent visiting the city has been really nice. I do feel that people stare at me a little bit more than they do in Delhi. They might not be as used to seeing tourists walking through the streets of the city center because I haven't seen any tourists right now that I'm not in a touristic attraction or in a bazaar, in a market. That's important to note. I'm still walking through the main street, through the gate, in the direction of the Wind Palace. And I have to say something very important. I know that I said a lot of wonderful things or interesting or admirable things about this city, but of course not everything is perfect. You can tell how many men are staring at me. It's not just men, they just happen to be more on the streets than women. That makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I wouldn't call it harassment. It's just uncomfortable, and I know maybe they're not as used to seeing foreigners here that are not in touristic attractions. So that's that. There they are. And number 2, there's a lot of contamination, but I mean, I've seen this in many other cities in the world, but perhaps here in India it must be a little bit more present. I think it's important to note that not to romanticize the city, show everything is perfect and beautiful. It's like a normal city. And also, sadly, like in Delhi, there's a lot of beggars here. And I know it's a very sad topic, but multiple guides and everybody agrees that you should not give them money for several reasons. 1, if you give money to one, all of them will follow. And number 2, many of these beggars are part of a group where they raise kids to do this, or sometimes they work to scam you, asking you for food that you buy for them and it's actually more expensive than normal, and they return the food. So yeah, that's a little sad and it's really hard to come by. You should be prepared for that once you come. Wow, look at this bazaar. This is definitely a bazaar. Which one? I do not know. I am gonna look into it right now. They're shaving him here just in the middle of the street. These are the little things that really surprised me. But then my dad told me that in Mexico they used to do this next to the streets too, on a chair. And the hairdresser or the shaver, I don't know the name, used to ask, with a view or without a view? And with a view was towards the street and without a view towards the wall. I have never seen that in Mexico anymore. Maybe this was back in the day. But very cool how this is like global, because I guess you don't get to pick up the hair afterwards. So Fatima here She doesn't get asked for pictures as much.
No, nobody.
But they stare at you, no?
yes, sometimes, but it's so different from.
It's very different from me.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm light skinned. But I find it weird that they find it so.
It's not weird because it's
they have
not
never
common.
seen someone. But I don't know. You're right. You're 100% right. There's so many people here in this country. You never know what their experience is like. So it's fine. I don't mind.
It's better to know that it can happen.
Yeah. So if you come to India and you've never been here, it happens. But don't be scared. So I'm back in Hawa Mahal, the Palace of the Wind. I didn't think I was gonna have time to come here again, but I did. And I'm really happy about it. You can actually go in, but let's see if I have time today to do it. So what exactly is this? It's a building specifically for the noble women who live in the city palace. In order to be able to look into the streets and not without being seen. Yes, back then the noble women couldn't go out to the streets and be seen by anybody. This was for their own protection, and it's a very complex and interesting story. But long story short, that is it. It's composed of over 900 windows, and all of them made in a way that allows people to see a lot of the street without being noticed from here. As I mentioned, it's also called the Palace of the Wind Palace, because its architecture allowed a lot of wind to come in and refreshen the whole place. Jaipur is really hot, so this was very necessary back in the day, especially for women who couldn't go out of the palace. The Hawa Mahal is 15 meters tall and has 5 stories, and also it has no stairs. It's just ramps to go to one floor to the other. I have a lot of thoughts about this place, but I guess I'm gonna keep that for a different separate video, though it is quite beautiful. So when you're in India, you gotta go to a market and buy something. Just one little tiny things. Prices are affordable and everything's beautiful. So of course we cannot miss a bazaar when we're in the city. Let's go explore something around here. I'm making a YouTube video. Can I promote your store? But I'm not buying. I'm just seeing. Okay. So we're gonna look around. No money, no problem. You say that. Okay. Well, as we can see, this place is full of beautiful clothing. These are mostly dresses. Yeah, these are dresses, kaftans. Not sure how that's called. And these are kurtas, with the long blouse and these pants or skirts that you wear underneath. Everything's really beautiful. I guess that because it's in the middle of the city and just in front of a touristic attraction, this place might be a little bit much more expensive. But I'm gonna ask prices when he comes by. He knows I'm not buying anything, so that's why he's not here. This feels like cotton. Look at this. What is this? Kurta. This is it? 2,000 rupees? 1,050 rupees. It comes with pants? No, just this. That's 1,050 is what? Like $12? Around $12? Okay. And it's really nice. Actually, it's really pretty. Look at the details. Okay. How much would be a complete kurta design?
This is the complete set.
The complete set. How much is the complete set? 1,800 rupees. Wow. Kurta, pants, dupatta. The dupatta is the scarf. Oh my god, this is cheaper than what I bought for my kurta for. 1,800 rupees. This is really nice. It's like $21. Look at this. I would definitely buy something like this to take pictures around the city, just walk around, take a tour. I feel like it's cotton. Oh, it's print, block print. And how much is this one? 2,100. It's like $25, $26. Comes with pants? Yes. Wow, this is beautiful. Dupatta, the scarf. Amazing. I'm gonna put it there for a second. I don't know if it's handmade, but he said so. And as you can see, there's a lot of selections. Every store you go to will have walls and walls and walls of outfits. And everything is beautiful, so it's really hard to choose if you want to wear something. I think a very good budget for a kurta set, it would be around 1,200 rupees, 1,500 rupees. I think a good set for $20 that you can take home and actually wear again for your travels, it's great. Like, wear something like this when you go to the Taj Mahal. That would be amazing. Oh, the
Proper
jacket is
Yeah.
very nice.
These are all the girls.
Girls' jackets.
Yeah, these are girl jackets.
How much is the jacket?
I'll give you
1,500. It's actually affordable. Okay, what if I buy it and then it breaks the first time I use it? I can come here and you fix or you exchange?
No taking.
No exchange,
Yeah, these
but you can fix it if it breaks. Okay, this is machine made.
that is the block print and
Okay, and if saris and dresses are not your style and maybe $15 is over your budget, which it honestly is for me, there's also a lot of other things like typical touristic souvenir, magnets, pins, postcards, but also there are very beautiful earrings, shoes, I don't know, bracelets, jewelry. What is there for men? I don't know what there is for men. There's men's shoes and jackets. I don't know what men get. Cool elephant sculptures for men. Well, and I'm in the lookout for earrings. I see the prices are around 100 to 200, 300 rupees, which is not bad at all. So yeah, and that's how I close this video with this beautiful view in this beautiful pink city. I hope you like this guide of Jaipur. There's gonna be another video here in Jaipur, but then I'm going to Lucknow, random city, not in the Golden Triangle. I was invited, so why not? And then I'm going to Agra, where the Taj Mahal is. So I hope to see you there. And if it's your first time here in India and you're a little nervous and you want to have all of this information and much more written down and separated in sections and easy to understand, I've created a guide for India, a travel guide. The link is in the description below. I hope it's useful. If it needs something else that you would like to see, please let me know and I'll update it. And you'll also support this channel so I can continue creating these videos. And it's much appreciated. Goodbye. Hope this was useful to you. Bye.